everybody, Lyle, C&S Corvettes here. I've had some questions about something I mentioned in one of my previous videos. When it comes to the C5 and C6 harmonic balancer, I've been mentioning in my videos how we pin them as a standard practice here. We will not do the job without pinning them. So some people said, well, what do you mean by pinning? That's what this video is about, okay? First and foremost, we're talking about the harmonic balancer that lives on the front of your crankshaft at the very bottom center of your engine. As you've seen probably in my video and 100 others, C5s and C6 have a real problem with these. As they age, instead of spinning straight like this, they start spinning like this. When they start spinning like this, they're either going to walk forward into your steering rack, or they're going to walk backward into your engine. Neither of those is what we would call a good thing. So to avoid that, we always recommend using the Summit Racing $200 high performance one of these that won't walk. That solves that problem. The second problem you have is, if you notice, as I look through here, there is no keyway, there is no lock, there is no nothing. So this is pressed on to the front of the crank, and that's everything that holds it in place, just that pressure. The problem is, over time, what can happen is these can spin on the crank. In fact, I got a call just the other day from a guy with a C5 2003. He said, the strangest thing happened, Lyle. I was driving down the road, all of a sudden my alternator quit and the air conditioning quit. I opened the hood and none of the belts were moving, but the engine was running. Well, if the engine's running and there are no belts moving, that means this is staying still while the crank is spinning in here. That is a bad thing, like capital B bad. So we always pin them to the crank. Now, what I mean by that is these get pressed on as normal onto the crank, but then we use our special pin kit, which is here. Pin kit consists of the guide, the main bolt, the drill bit with a depth indicator on it, and a hardened steel pin. Now, the way that works is, when this is on the crank, okay, let's move this over here. This gets put into place here, and then we drill through this into the snout of the crank, and then we insert this pin through here into the crank, tap it in place. Now this is locked into place and it can't spin on the crank anymore. It is locked to the crank. Now this kit, this lock kit, costs about 75 bucks. We reuse it frequently because we just resupply on the pins. If you're only doing this job one time on your own car, I still recommend absolutely buying this kit. You can get it from Summit or a couple of different places, maybe Jegs. It's about 75 bucks. It is worth every penny. You're already there, you're already doing the job. By securing this to the crank, you're going to avoid having this spinning problem in the future, especially if you like to push your car hard, especially if you like to have aftermarket stuff that makes your car more powerful. This is an absolute must. If you have questions about the pin kit, give me a call, 800-886-5064, or email me at lyle@corvettepartscenter.com. And don't forget, like and subscribe so we can continue to bring you this kind of valuable information. I hope you found this helpful. Thanks.